I'm going to talk about upcoming pattern. Let's start from Scarborough and it's refresh. So this time weather advisory. This is like everywhere in Toronto, almost except between here and Wagon. So there's gonna be snowfall amounts near 5 centimeters, which is reduced with a bit visibility near in snow. So there's gonna be several hours of freezing rain or ice splits with some ice buildups of several millimeters of ice or freezing rain, and mostly freezing rain and ice actually, ice pellets. So let's look at Markham. So Markham, which also like the Orange Pony Market Stove was a part of it. So including Markham and Spring Hill. So there's gonna be it's gonna be 10 to 15 centimeters of snowfall. So risk of freezing rain and ice pellets by whatever. So it's gonna begin this Wednesday morning and continue to Wednesday evenings. So there's some yellow mornings because of winter storms. So let's do that's the if it's like 10 to 15 centimeters of snowfall, there's going to be there's going to be it's going to continue. The storm is going to continue like Wednesday evening. It's going to begin like Wednesday morning. Those cities are like Newmarket, Orangeville, Stover, Oshawa, Uxbridge, Cobourg, Peterborough, Belleville. So include Oshawa and this other cities, Richmond Hill. So everyone like Simcoe, Bombay, Stanby, Sudbury, Midland, and Collingwood is gonna get some similar rated warnings and Markham actually. So let's double check Toronto. So Toronto's going to get already explained. So those cities are going to get so Brampton has similar weather warnings as Oakville, downtown Toronto, whatever it says. So including Scarborough and North York. So Oakville. Also equals, so very close to Hamilton could get it. So Hamilton is going to get several hours of freezing rain with some 5 to 10 millimeters of freezing rain. So there's going to be snowfall near 5 centimeters. So it's going to begin Wednesday morning and continue through Wednesday evening. So the yellow warning doesn't exist. So this for Toronto is actually this special weather statement. So with some hazardous winter conditions have expected Wednesdays. So let's look at we did on Hamilton. So let's look at Lionshead Obey. So let's actually zoom out and move to the east. So Lionshead Obey, White and Boyalton, Han very possible. No, Han is too far. So Boyalton too far. So there's gonna be fog advisory, which is yellow warnings. So there's gonna be visibility. It's gonna improve this early afternoon actually. So that was like that's for like that weather warnings is for lines that obey white time, so Boreals didn't include it. So let's look at Port the Sawville Beach. Don't explain that. So let's look at Hanover. So Hanover is gonna get some 5 to 10 millimeters of freezing rain, which is ice buildups. So there's gonna be snowfall near 5 centimeters. So it's gonna begin Wednesday morning and continue to Wednesday evenings. So let's go to there is no other cities left. So except Niagara on the Lake, Niagara Falls City. So Niagara on the Lake, Niagara Falls City. It's gonna get some 10 to 25 millimeters of rainfall, and freezing rain is and with ice buildup of 2 to 5 millimeters of freezing rain. So it's gonna begin overnight or early Wednesday morning and ending by Wednesday evening. So there's no yellow warning or any color warning. So this is gonna be special by this statement. So let's look at the upcoming pattern that will solve everything. So how long video is 4 minutes. So let's go to refresh. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. It's 1060 on. That's too early. So 7 p.m. Let's zoom into Southern Ontario. There is 1016 and 1016 millibars of pressure. Let's go to 7 p.m. So 1004, 1008, 1012 millibars of pressure. 1004, 1008, 1012 millibars of pressure. Let's go to 24 hours after that, which is 168 hours. So you're going to stop at 120, 114 hours. So 1008, 1012, 1016 millibars of pressure. Let's go to 7 p.m. So 1000 and something. Gonna skip that. So 1004, 1004, 1000 millibars of pressure. There is no pressure on the way left. So let's go to 7 p.m. So 1012 millibars of pressure. Let's go to next hour. So which is precipitation pattern stops at 114 hours actually. So there is nothing. So 7 p.m. there's nothing else. 10 p.m. there's nothing else. Let's go to 7 a.m. There is something. So Mississauga, Brampton, Orangeville, Toronto, Richmond Hill, Newmarket, Scarborough, Stouffville, Eastern Oakville, Port Elgin, Hanover, those it's gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain. So Hamilton, Oakville, Niagara, and Lake Niagara Falls, it's gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So Whiteton is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain. So let's go to next tower, which is London. So let's go to next tower, which is Whiteton's 0.25 millimeters of snowfall, Whitson 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain. Let's go to 10 a.m. So Niagara on the lake parts of Niagara Falls City, Hamilton, Oakville, Mississauga, Brampton, Orangeville, down Toronto, Richmond Hill, Newmarket, Scarborough, Stouffville, Oshawa, Wyerton, Owen Sound, Port Elgin, Hanover, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain. So line said Obey is gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of snowfall. So Coburg doesn't count. So let's do Uxbridge, Wallala, Beatty, Georgia, Beverly Hills, Collingwood, Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Solabay, Midland. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. Let's go to next tower. Let's double check actually. There is parts in Niagara Falls City is gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So let's go to 1 p.m. So it's going to go up to February 21st to the weather, not weather, the upcoming pattern. So Lines Head, Obey, Palm Beach, Sunny Beach, Midland doesn't get Beatty, Georgia, those cities are gonna get some 2.5 millimeters as snowfall. Port Elgin, it's gonna get some Hamilton, Western Oakville, Niagara on the Lake. Those cities are gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of freezing rain. So Hanover is gonna get some 6.25 millimeters of freezing rain. So Eastern Oakville, Mississauga, Brampton, Orangeville, Toronto, Richmond Hill, Newmarket, Scarborough, Stouffville, Oshawa. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain. So Niagara Falls City is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain with some 0. It's going to be 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So let's look at Coburg. Coburg, Peterborough is gonna get some. Belleville is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall, including Orella. So let's go to next tower, which is 4 p.m. So Whiteton, Mississauga, Brampton, Orangeville, Toronto, Richmond Hill, Newmarket, Scarborough, Stouffville, Oshawa, Uxbridge. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain. So Hamilton, Oakville, Holding, Niagara on the Lake, parts of it. Parts of Niagara Falls City, those cities are gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of freezing rain. Line said, Obey, Palm Beach, Sunny Beach, Beatty, Georgia, those cities are gonna get some 6.25 millimeters of snowfall. Solid Bay, Midland, Olalla, Peterborough, Coburg is gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of snowfall. Belleville is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. Port Elgin is going to get some borderline exit close to. It's gonna be 6.23 millimeters of freezing rain. Honolulu is gonna be 6.25 millimeters of freezing rain. So Collingwood is to 12.5 millimeters of snowfall. Let's go to London. Let's go to next hour, which is 7 p.m. So line said, Obey, Collingwood, Bombay, Sunny Beach, Solid Bay, Midland doesn't count. Barry, Georgia, those is gonna get some 12.5 millimeters of snowfall except Solid Bay. So Solid Bay is actually 12.5 except Midland actually. So Port Elgin, Hanover is different. So Port Elgin is actually gonna get some 0.25 millimeters freezing rain. Hanover is going to get some 2.5 millimeters of freezing rain. Niagara on the Lakes, 2.5 millimeters. So Oakville, Sissaga, Brampton, Orangeville, Delta Toronto, Richmond Hill, Scarborough, Portswood. So Oshawa is mixed. So Uxbridge mixed. So those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain with some mixed precipitation for like freezing rain and snowfall, like Oshawa, Uxbridge. So Coburg, Peterborough is gonna get some 6.25 millimeters of snowfall. So Belleville is gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of snowfall. Niagara Falls City is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain and 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So London, let's go to next. The Orla Beverly Ice is gonna get some 6.25 millimeters. So 5 in the if I say borderline, that's could be wrong. It's actually it could be right. So let's go to next hour, which is 10 p.m. So Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Sada Bay, Midland, Orla, Betty, Virginia. Coburg, Peterborough, those cities are gonna get some 6.25 millimeters of snowfall, so line said, OB, Whiteton, Scarborough, Borderlines, Oshawa, Uxbridge, Stouffville, those cities are gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of snowfall, including Bev. So Beverly Hills is actually 6.24 millimeters of snowfall, but it's actually going to be 2.5. So Hamilton, Oakville, Mississauga, Brampton, Greenville, downtown Toronto is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain except Orangeville. So Port Elgin Honor is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. Belleville is going to get some 2.5 millimeters of snowfall. Let's go to Niagara Lake is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain, but some nothing after that. So let's go to next hour, which we didn't do Orangeville. So Orangeville Newmarket is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of sleet or just snowfall. Including snowfall. So snowfall is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. Some areas actually mixed. So it's snowfall. So 0.25 millimeters sleet and 0.25 millimeters is snowfall. Is actually snowfall. Newmarket and Orangeville. So let's go to next hour, which is 7 a.m. So there is nothing else. 10 a.m. There's nothing else. For 1 p.m. There is nothing else. 4 p.m. There's nothing else. 10 p.m. There's nothing else. 10 p.m. There's nothing else. 7 a.m. So Hamilton, Oakville, Niagara, Lake, Niagara Falls City, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to next hour, which is 10 a.m. So Mississauga, Brampton, Orangeville, Toronto, Richmond Hill, Newmarket, Scarborough, Oshawa, Eastern, and Central local parts of Niagara Falls City with Southwestern. So Whiteton, Line said, Bay, Port Elgin, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So Hanover is gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Beverly Hills is 0.25, and Georgina Beverly Georgina 0.25, Coburg Peterborough is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain. So Uxbridge 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain. So pink is freezing rain, blue is snowfall, and green is rainfall. So the lightest color actually talk about. So now Hamilton, Niagara on the Lake is going to get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So the Collingwood is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So Thunder Beach is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. Let's go to next hour, 1 p.m. Whole Southern Ontario. So line said, Obey, Whitetown, Port Elgin, Hanover, Collingwood, Oshawa. Those cities are going to get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall, including snowfall. So Mississauga, Brampton, Orangeville, Toronto, Richmond Hill, Newmarket, Scarborough is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of, actually 2.5 millimeters of rainfall, which is some mixed in Scarborough, which is snowfall, which is 0.25. So let's do Hamilton, Oakville, most whatever. Parts of Niagara on the Lake, which is some parts. Niagara Falls City, those cities are going to get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall, with some 6.25 millimeters of rainfall. It's in Niagara on the Lake and close to Hamilton, but doesn't count for Hamilton. So, Orella, Georginia, Babylon, Berry, Bombay, Stanley Beach, Salaby, Midland, Pete, Coburg, those cities are going to get some 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain. So Coburg, Peterborough is gonna get some 2.5, Belleville's 2.5 millimeters of freezing rain, so Beverly or whatever. So let's go to next tower, with some eastern Oakville is gonna get some rainfall. It's gonna get some 6.25 millimeters of rainfall. So let's go to next hour, which is 4 p.m. So line said Obi, Wartown, Port Elgin, Hanover, Collingwood, Lon, Salt Lake Bay, Tava, Uxbridge. Those is are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall, but the Uxbridge is mixed with like 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain, but also is mixed with 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So Scarborough, Stouffville, Toronto, Richmond Hill, Newmarket, Sissaga, Brampton, Orangeville, Oakville, Hamilton, Niagara on the Lake, Multiport. Those cities are gonna get some 0.2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So Orla, Jodinia, Barrie, Bombay, Stanley Beach. Those cities are gonna get some Burke, Peterborough, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain. Belfast gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of freezing rain. So Midland gonna get some mixed precipitation, which is some 0.25 millimeters of freezing rain and snowfall. So let's go to next hour. Niagara Falls is 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to next hour, which is 7 p.m. So line said, Bay, Wartown, Port Elgin, Hanover, Collingwood, Bombay, Sunny Beach, Midland, Orla, Barrie, Georgia, Uxbridge, Coburg. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So Peterborough, Belleville's gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of snowfall. Beverly Isles, down Toronto, Richmond Hill, Newmarket, Scarborough, Stouffville, Oshawa. Those cities are parts of most western Niagara Falls City. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So cities, whatever I said, green is rainfall, the blue is snowfall. But when it gets dark, the colors changed for snowfall. But 2.5 millimeters of snowfall is readable Belleville. So in 0.25 millimeters of rainfall, I just said. So see this. So 10 p.m. So Palm Beach, Sunny Beach, Solid Bay, Collingwood, Barrie, Georgia, Beverly Hills, Bubbles, Stouffville, and skip that. So Uxbridge, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So Lion said, Obey, Whitetown, Port Elgin, Hanover, Midland, Orla. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So snowfall actually, not rainfall. So let's go to 7 a.m. So somewhere in Scarborough, on average, the snow like completely stops, like accumulating, like after March, somewhere in March. So by April, like after April, the snow almost completely disappears from Scarborough, but with some flurries in May. So line said, Obey, Wartime, Port Elgin, Hanover, Bombay, Stanley Beach, Salaby, Midland, Orla. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. Let's go to 10 a.m. So, line said, Obey, Whitetown, Port Elgin, Hanover, Collingwood, Bombay, Stanley Beach, Salaby, Midland, Lilla, Berry, Georgia, Beverly Hills, Uxbridge, Peterborough. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. Let's go to 1 p.m. So, line said, Obey, Whitetown, Port Elgin, Hanover, Collingwood, Bombay, Stanley Beach, Salaby, Midland, Orla, Berry, Georgia, Beverly Hills, Peterborough, Uxbridge. Doses are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. Let's go to 4 p.m. Let's go to 4 p.m. So line said, Obey, Wartown, Port Elgin, Hanover, Collingwood, Bombay, Stanley Beach, Salaby, Midland, Orla, Berry, Georgia, Beverly Hills, Stouffville, Scarborough, parts of Scarborough actually. That could be Markham actually. So Oshawa, Uxbridge, Coburg, Peterborough, Belleville and Coburg doesn't count. So those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall, except Coburg, Belleville. So let's go to 7 p.m. Newmarket, then do Newmarket. Newmarket, so far it's gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. We're not doing Markham anymore. So let's go to 7 p.m. So line said, Obey, Warton, Collingwood, Bombay, Stanley Beach, Salaby, Midland, Orla, Berry, Georgia, Beverly Hills, Scarborough, Stouffville, Toronto, Richmond Hill, Newmarket, Shawa, Uxbridge, Coburg, Peterborough, Belleville. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So Port Elgin's gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of snowfall. Hanover is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. Let's go to next hour, which is 10 p.m. So this is final hours. So line said, Obey, Wartown, Port Elgin, Hanover, Collingwood, Bombay, Stanley, Salaby, Midland, Orla, Berry, Jodinia, Beverly Hills, Niagara Falls City, Oakville, Mississauga, Brampton, Orleansville, Toronto, Richmond Hill, Newmarket, Scarborough, Stouffville, Oshawa, Uxbridge, Coburg, Peterborough, Belleville. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall, so there is no 2.5. So Niagara Falls City. So nothing Niagara on Lake. So let's look at total precipitation, 24 hours. So it's gonna take a while. So 7 p.m. So 21 millimeters of rainfalls in Whiteton, 20 millimeters in Collingwood, Brampton 13, Mississauga 13, Toronto 13, 14 Scarborough, 15 is in Stouffville, Newmarket, Orangeville 17, Uxbridge 16, Oshawa 15, Peterborough 12, Coburg 12, Belleville 6, 14 Hamilton, Oakville, West Oakville, whole or mostly Oakville is 13 millimeters to 12 millimeters. Everywhere in Niagara Falls 9.5 millimeters, London, whatever. Boyles in 21 millimeters, 20 millimeters. Hanover is going to be 20 millimeters, so Bear is 18, Georgina 16 millimeters, Beverly Hills is going to be 16, 17 millimeters, 18 millimeters. So Solid Bay is 50 millimeters, Midland 50 millimeters, so it's actually 50 millimeters. Bombay Thunderbeat is going to be 19 millimeters. Line said, Obey, it's going to be 21. So it's going to be 20 millimeters of rainfall. So orange was 17. So stays at 17 for orange was. So let's go to next hour. Let's see if we did everything good fine. So let's go to 24 hours after that, which is 7 p.m. So Brampton 1 millimeters, Mississauga 0.7, Scarborough is 0.7, Stouffville 0.7, Peterborough 4 millimeters, Coburg 1 millimeters, Belleville 6 millimeters, Lionshead or Bay Watertown is going to get some 0.7 millimeters, Hamilton Oakville 0.7, Niagara Falls City is going to be 0.7 millimeters. So Ashford gets nothing, or just 0.2, so Uxbridge gets nothing, so not doing that. So Newmarket, Orangeville, Stouffville. Oh, let's do orange wool. So orange wool, 1 millimeters Newmarket is going to be 0.7. Stouffer is also 0.7. So Georginia 0.7. Beverly Hills is very 0.6 millimeters. Orilla is going to be Orilla. So Orilla is going to be 6 millimeters of rainfall, but it's going to be a little bit heavier. So it's going to be 6 millimeters. So 6.5 millimeters of rainfall is in. So let's actually do Orilla later on. So Solid Bay is 3 millimeters. Midland is going to be 4 millimeters. Could be. Actually, yeah, it could be. So let's do Port Elgin is going to be 0.7. Hanover is going to be 0.5 millimeters. So Hanover is do properly this time. So Hanover is actually 0.5. So Bombay Thunderbeat is going to be 1 millimeters of rainfall. That's Thunder Beach, Bomb Beach. So let's do Orla at last. So let's go to we did Richmond Hill. So Richmond Hill 0.8, 7 millimeters. So very close to Scarborough. So let's do Orla. So Orla is going to be third lightest green. So it's going to be close to fourth lightest green. Actually halfway. So it's going to be between. It's almost. So let's actually erase this. So between 2.5 and 5 millimeters, it's going to be 3.5 millimeters. That could be wrong. It's going to take a while. It's correct. So between 2.5 and 5 millimeters. So it's going to be 3.8 millimeters of rainfall. It's in Olala, but it's very close to. Actually, it's going to be like close to 4 millimeters. Actually, 4 millimeters of rainfall is in Olala, but that's the accurate one. So Solid Bay has to be 3 millimeters. Midland is actually going to be 3 millimeters of rainfall. So let's go to next tower, which is only one place, two places missing. So let's go to 7 p.m. February 20th. So White's 9 millimeters, Collingwood 6 millimeters, Brampton 5 millimeters, Mississauga 6 millimeters, Dotter 6 millimeters, Scarborough 5.5 millimeters, Stowe 5 millimeters, Newmarket, Orangeville 5 millimeters, Uxbridge 7 millimeters, Oshawa 6 millimeters, Peterborough 8 millimeters, Coburg 9 millimeters, 10 millimeters, Belleville, Hamilton, Ogo 6 millimeters, everywhere in Arc Falls is 8.5. No, it's going to be between those. So it's going to be number between those. Let's do that later. So let's do Lionshead OB. It's going to be 8 millimeters of rainfall. So Bombay, Thunderbee, Salisbury, Midland. So Bombay, Thunderbee, Salisbury, it's going to be 5 millimeters. 6 millimeters in Midland. Orla is going to be 6 millimeters. Barrie is going to be 5 millimeters. So Georgina is going 4 millimeters. 5 millimeters in Beverly, ISO. So let's do London. Let's do Port Elgin. 8 millimeters. Hanover is going to be 9 millimeters of rainfall. So could be. So let's do that later. Not later, but I just already did. So don't need to do it again. So let's go to the number between this should be like Midland. So orange hoodie mark is done. So Orella is going to be 6 millimeters. So Midlands actually is going to be 7 millimeters, 6 millimeters of rainfall. So I don't need that. So we did Orella. So let's go to next 24 hours, which is too far off. Let's go back to double check to 84 hours. So let's go to 7 p.m. Final day. It only goes comes from February 18 to February 21st. So White's 6 millimeters, Collingwood 2 millimeters, Newmarket Orangeville 2 millimeters, Dover 1 millimeters, Oshawa 1 millimeters, Uxbridge 3 millimeters, Peterborough 2 millimeters, Coburg 1 millimeters, 1 millimeters, Belleville. Port Elgin is going to be 7 millimeters. Hanover is going to be 7 millimeters. Line said OB is different. So line says 3 millimeters, Jose 4 millimeters. Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Solid Beach is going to be 3 millimeters. Orla, Georgina, Barrie is 3 millimeters. Beverly Hills is 2 millimeters. So Mississauga, Brampton, Orangeville, Toronto, Richmond Hill, Newmarket is different. All the Newmarket is done. So Richmond Hill, Scarborough is going to be 0.8 millimeters. So Brampton, it's going to be 0.7, Orangeville 0.8 millimeters, so down to Toronto 0.7, Richmond Hill 0.8, Scarborough could be 0.7.5, 75. So let's go to next tower, Uxbridge. So let's go to next tower, Midland. It's going to be Midland's actually 2 millimeters of rainfall, but mostly it's going to get 3 millimeters. So let's go to Barrie. Barrie is 3 millimeters. So let's go to next tower. There is no next tower. Let's look at total snowfall. So which is 24 hours. So refresh. So 24 hours. So let's go to 7 p.m. and do Collingwood Whiteton later on. So Stowe 11.8, Scarborough is 8.9, Down Toronto is 7.8, Brampton is 8.9, Mississauga is going to be a 6.8, 7.8, Oshawa is 12.8, Uxbridge 15.0, Orange County Market is 13.4, 13.5. So Uxbridge, no, Peterborough is 12.1, Coburg 11.8, Belleville 6.1. 1.8 is Hamilton. The lowest 1.8 in Oakland. The heaviest could be second layer, which is 6 centimeters of snowfall. So it could be. So let's look at Georginia. So let's do that later. So they could do this earlier. So solid one. The Bombay Thunder Beach is going to be could be 19.3 centimeters of snowfall. So Midland's going to be 14.9 centimeters of snowfall. Orella, let's do that later. So Georginia is going to be 16.3 centimeters. Beverly ISO is going to be 17.9 centimeters. Barrie is going to be 17.9 centimeters. Beverly ISO is actually 17. It's going to be 17.7 centimeters, but that could be wrong. So 17.6 centimeters of snowfall. Actually, it's going to be second lightest pink. So darkest pink. So it's going to be between 16 centimeters is in Beverly Hills and Georginia actually, so that's actually one. But it could be actually 6.3 centimeters in Georgia, Barry is already done. It's going to stay at 70.9. So line set OB is going to be. So line set OB is going to be fourth layer of the color, fourth lightest color. So let's go to 20.5. So it's going to be 18.5 centimeters. And whose bay line set is going to be 19 centimeters. So closer to 19.5. So it's going to be like that. So it's actually going to be 19.1. So it's going to be 19.3 centimeters line set. So 19.5 centimeters in Hobbes base. So that's going to be 19.1 centimeters actually. So it's actually going to be 19.5 centimeters in Hobbes base. So because it's heavier. So Collingwood is 20 centimeters. So for Elgin, let's do that later. So let's do Hanover is a little bit lower. So Hanover is going to be third layer of the map. So third lightest color. So Hanover is going to get some 7.5 centimeters. That's Hanover. So Port Elgin is going to get some. So Port Elgin's going to get one. So Port Elgin is going to get some sixth layer. I say fifth layer. So it's going to go to borderline sixth. So it's going to be 11 centimeters of snowfall. So Washington is 17.5 centimeters. So everywhere Niagara Falls 0.25 centimeters of snowfall. So it's gonna be rounded the total precipitation snowfall. So one. So it's gonna be four layers. So it's gonna be very close to the fifth layer of snowfall. So you could erase this. So it's gonna be fifth layer actually. So it's gonna be exactly. So it's gonna be 10 centimeters of snowfalls. So that's in Manila. So it's 10 centimeters. No, it's gonna be wrong. So it's going to be 14 centimeters of snowfalls, which is actually could be 14 centimeters, which is on Ulula. So let's go to next 24 hours, 7 p.m. So snowfall 0.3, Scarborough 0.5, snowfalls, no, Toronto 0.7, Brampton 0.6, Mississauga 0.1, Oshawa 0.1, Uxbridge 0.2, Newmarket 0.2, Princepool 0.6 centimeters, Sax 0.4. So Collingwood 0.5. So Hope's Bay is gonna be 0.4 centimeters. Line set is gonna be 0.4 centimeters. Boyles in whatever. So let's go to Palm Beach. Palm Beach, Thunder Beach is actually gonna be 0.7. No, it's going to be very close to 2.5. So it's gonna be 2.4 centimeters. It's in Thunder Beach. 2.6 centimeters. So 2.3, that's wrong. So it's gonna be 0.6. So Salak Bay is going to be 2.9 centimeters. Midland is going to be 4 lightest grades. So lowest two. So it's going to be 3.7 centimeters. So it's 3.7 centimeters, 3.6 centimeters is the Midland. So Georgia is going to be 0.5 centimeters. Beverly Hills is 0.3 centimeters. Perry is going to be 0.3 centimeters. So Coburg's 1.1 centimeters. Peterborough 0.7. Belleville's 5.7 centimeters. So Richmond Hill 0.5 centimeters. So it's very close to Scarborough. Walton is 0.4 centimeters. So ridiculous. So Beverly ISO 0.3 centimeters, Perry is 0.3 centimeters, Georginia's stasis was 0.4 centimeters. So let's go to next hour, which is February 20th. So 84 hours. So 2.8 centimeters in Watertown, Collingwood 1.8, Stouffville 0.2, Scarborough 0.15, Toronto 0.1, Newmarket, Orangeville 0.5, 0.6 in Orangeville, Uxbridge 2.6, Oshawa 0.8. 4.7 is the Peterborough, Coburg 1.5, Belleville is gonna be 4.4. So Solid Base was 1.9, Midland's gonna be this later. So Palm Beach 1.8 centimeters, Thunder Beach is going to be 0. going to be with 0.9 centimeters isn't done beach. So line said obey is going to be the layer is great. So it's going to be 2.5 centimeters as the alpha, but it's going to be a little bit heavier. So it's going to be 2.8 centimeters, but it's going to be 2.8 centimeters. Line said obey actually. So let's do Georginia. Georginia is going to get some 1.2 centimeters. Beverly Hills is going to be 1.2 centimeters. Actually, it's going to be 1.5. So Barry is going to be 2.8, 2.8. So, so 2.5 millimeters. No, it's going to be 1.7, 1.9 centimeters in Barry because it's solid waste. So Barry. So Georgina is done. Beverly Hills is done. So Alala is going to be very close. So actually 3.7 centimeters is in Alala, but it's going to be heavier. So it's going to be 4 centimeters. So 4 centimeters in Olala. So let's go to next. Oh, Port Elgin's 1.6, 1.7. Still stays the same. So Hanover is going to be a little bit lighter, way lighter. It's going to be 1.4 centimeters still fall. So so let's go to next tower with the orange wall. So let's go to next tower, which is 7 p.m. February 21st. So Saturday. So Y-Town 5.6, Honolulu 2.1. Brampton 0.4, Mississauga 0.3, Down Toronto is about 5. Snowfall is about 1.1, 1.1. Scarborough is going to be 0.45, 55 centimeters. So Newmarket is 1.5, Orangeville is 1.4, so Uxbridge 1.2.3, Orange, or that's Orangeville. Orangeville is actually going to be 1.2 centimeters. So Oshawa is 1.0, Peterborough 1.8, Coburg 0.6, Belleville 0.6. So Hope's Bay is going to be 2.4 centimeters. Line set is going to be 2.3 centimeters. So Palm Beach is going to be, let's do Palm Beach properly. So Palm Beach is going to be 2.2 centimeters. So Thunder Beach, Solid Beach 2.1. So Thunder Beach 2.0, Midland 2.1. So it's going to be 2.0. Lula is going to be 2.1. Nia is going to be 2.3 centimeters, which is 2.4 centimeters. Beverly Hills is going to be 2.1 centimeters, which is actually 1. But it's going to be 2.4 centimeters. So let's go to Port Elton. It's very close. So it's going to be 6 centimeters. Joseph is 6 centimeters, actually 6 centimeters in Hanover. So Hanover is actually going to be 6 centimeters as the file, but it's rounded to 6 centimeters. So let's go to next tower. It's gonna be between 5 to 6 centimeters. So it's gonna say 5 to 6 centimeters in Port Elgin on Hanover actually. So let's go to next tower, Hamilton. So let's go to there is no next tower. So temperature pattern. So let's look at total sleet and freezing range. So refresh. So let's go to first, or little bit start again. So let's start from 7 p.m. So 1.5 millimeters of freezing, no sleet is going to be snowfall. 11.6 is down to Toronto, parts of Scarborough. So Oshawa is 5.3, Uxbridge 3.5 in the market, Orange Walls 3.5, 3.4 is Orange Walls. So Collingwood is 1.0, Wartons 8.3, Port Elgin is going to be 6.0, Hanover is going to be it's going to be 2.5 millimeters of freezing range. So Hanover. So Brampton 6.6, Mississauga 6.6 millimeters. So Coburg 1.7, Beverly Hills is gonna be 1.7 millimeters of freezing range. So Hamilton is gonna be 3.5 millimeters, actually 0.25. So 2.5 millimeters is an local, that's the lightest. So heaviest is gonna be 6.1 millimeters of freezing range. So 2.25 actually. So Hope's Way is nothing. So let's do something a little bit off. So it's going to be Hanover. Hanover is going to be close to 2.4. So it's going to be 2.3 millimeters of freezing range. Actually, 2.4 millimeters of sleet. So let's go to next hour, which is so Mississauga is done. So let's go to next hour, which is 24 hours after that. Oh, they have to complete. So let's go to 7 p.m. tomorrow. So let's see any. Oh, let's set up to 68 hour. There is no changes except for Elgin's slight changes. So let's go to next. Skip 60 hours. So let's go to Fridays. So let's see any changes 68 and 98 hour. There is some changes. So Peterborough is gonna get. Oh, let's double check code book. So Peterborough is gonna get some. Peterborough is going to get some 2.5 millimeters of sleet. So Alala is 2.5 millimeters of sleet. So there is nothing. Beverly Isles. Let's see any changes. There's nothing else. Changes. So Belleville is 0.2 millimeters of sleet. So let's go to next hour, which is 24 hours after that, which is 7 p.m. So let's see any changes. Oh, you need to set up 2 there is no changes. So let's look at total freezing range. So let's refresh. Don't need 24 hours. So 7 p.m. there is nothing else. That's February 17th. Let's look at February 18th. There is something. Brampton 3 millimeters. Downtown 3 millimeters. This is total freezing range. So downtown 3 millimeters. Scarborough 3 millimeters. Snowfall 2 millimeters. Newmarket Orange was 2 millimeters because of 2 millimeters so close in some way Richmond Hill. So Newmarket. So let's go to Wharton. 2 millimeters. Port Elgin is going to be 6.25 millimeters. So Hanover is going to be 6.23 millimeters. So let's go to Oshawa. It's going to be 2 millimeters because it's very close to 3 millimeters like Ontario. So Uxbridge is going to be, oh no, it's going to stay as a normal. So 0.27 millimeters of freezing range. So let's do Richmond Hill. Same thing as Scarborough, just in out. So Hamilton 5 millimeters, Oakville 5 millimeters. That's Avia's light is going to be 3 millimeters. So everywhere in Niagara Falls is going to be 5.5 millimeters of freezing rain. If I say everywhere in Niagara Falls, that means Niagara and Lake Niagara Falls City. If we say everywhere in Toronto, it's going to be Brampton, Dalton, Toronto, Mississauga, Richmond Hill, Scarborough, Stouffville, not Stouffville, Mississauga. So let's go to London. So let's go to next tower. If we say everywhere in Toronto, it's going to be like everywhere, whatever. So not going to explain that. So then let's go to next tower, which is 7 p.m. Oh, you have to double check something. So let's open up 2 things. So let's go to 7 p.m. So there's setups to 7 p.m. Let's go to next tower, which is let's see any changes. Some changes in between hills. So between the highest and Scarborough has a higher risk of 3 millimeters of freezing rain. So like in February 19th. So there is no changes. Only like Port Elgin doesn't change that much. So let's look at Niagara and Lake Niagara Falls City. There is no changes except Hamilton is going to get some 6 millimeters of rain, including Oakville. So Oakville is going to get some. Central Oakville is going to increase with the 6 millimeters of rain. So let's see any whole southern Ontario. There is no changes except Niagara Falls City. And southwestern is going to get some 2 millimeters of freezing rain. So before in February 19th, February 18th is nothing, but February 19th is not something. It's like 2 millimeters freezing rain. So let's go to next hour, which is 24 hours after that. Something has changed. So let's set up to 60 hour. So let's see. Oh, there's so much changing. So Oshawa Uxbridge is done. So not done yet. So Oshawa is 1 millimeter freezing rain, 2 millimeters of freezing rain is actually going to be Uxbridge. Peterborough 2 millimeters, Coburg 1 millimeters, Belleville 3 millimeters, Georgina is 1 millimeters, Beverly is 0.27, oh, actually, it's going to be 1 millimeters. Berry 1 millimeters, Orla 1 millimeters, Bomb Beach, Danny Beach, Salaby, Midland is going to be 1 millimeter freezing rain. No, Salaby, Midland is actually 0.25, stays as like that. So Bomb Beach, Danny Beach is actually 1 millimeter freezing rain. So let's go to something has changed big difference. So let's go to next. Belleville's 3 millimeters freezing rain is already done. So let's go to final hour, which is too far off. 7 p.m. and set up to 90th hour, which is 7 p.m. So let's go to 84 hours. There's no changes. So let's look at air temperature and wait few seconds. So let's look at air temperature pattern. Go and see it again. Temperature patterns. So refresh. So 3 p.m. 3 p.m. is too close. After 3:30ish. So Washington is 4 degrees, Collingwood 2 degrees, Brampton 3 degrees, Mississauga 3 degrees, Toronto 3 degrees, Scarborough 3 degrees, Stowe 3 degrees, Newmarket 4 degrees, Orangeville 4 degrees, Uxbridge 4 degrees, Oshawa 4 degrees, Peterborough 3 degrees, Cobourg 2 degrees, Belleville 3 degrees, Hamilton 4 degrees, Oakville's gonna be cold is 4 degrees, warmest is gonna be unknown temperatures. Niagara Falls City is 4 degrees, Niagara on the Lake 7 degrees, Port Elgin 2 degrees, Hanover is gonna be 2 degrees. So Georgia is gonna be 3 degrees, Beverly is 4 degrees, Sotola is gonna be 5 degrees, 5 degrees. Salt Lake Bay, Thunder Beach is gonna be 1 degrees, and so Thunder Beach is gonna be 0 degrees. Midland's gonna be 4 degrees, so Palm Beach is 1 degrees, so it's actually 2 degrees. So Line said Bay is 2 degrees, so London, whatever. So let's look at Oakville. It's gonna be 1 degrees. So that's the coldest, warmest 4 degrees. So let's go to next hour, which is the other did Hanover. So let's go to next hour, which is 7 a.m. So we don't need the current temperatures, only showed up in some like Google. So not Google, but Washington's -2, Boyle's -2, Hanover is gonna be -2. -2 again. It's going to be Hanover. So Hope's Bay is gonna be -2 degrees, line said -3. So Bomb Beach, Thunder Beach, Sala Bay -4 degrees. Actually, is going to be Bomb Beach, Thunder Beach. Actually, is going to be -3.5 degrees. Sala Bay is -4. Midland -4. Bay is going to be -3.5. Georgia is -3. Beverly is -3. Orlando is going to be -5 degrees. So -5 degrees and all of that. Peterborough -5. Orlando is actually -5 degrees. Coburg -2. Belleville -4. Uxbridge -3. Ashland -2. Newmarket, Orangeville -2, Stowe -1, Scarborough -1, Stowe -2, Toronto -1, Brampton, Mississauga -1, Hamilton -1, 1 degrees, Oka 1 degrees, the coldest with 0 degrees everywhere, Niagara Falls 1 degrees. The Boreals is -2 degrees, Hanover is also -2. So let's go to next hour, which is 3 p.m. So Boreals is -3, Hanover is -3, that's to Hanover again. So it's going to be -2 degrees. Hanover. Port Elgin is going to be -3 degrees, which is 2 degrees. So it's going to be -2.5 is in Hanover. So it's actually -2.5. So line said Obey is -3. Collingwood -4. Bombay, Dunby, Salaby, Midland -3. Lilla -3. Georgia, Beverly Isles, Betty is going to be -4 degrees. Beware, Niagara Falls is going to be 0.5 degrees above freezing. Hamilton is -0. Cool -1. That's the coldest temperature. It's going to be -1 degrees or 1.5. Actually, it's going to be -1.5 degrees, -2 degrees, and -1.5 is no equal. That's the coldest. Warmest actually 0 degrees. The Stowe -3, Scarborough -3, Stowe Toronto -2, Brampton -2, Mississauga -2, Oshawa -3, Uxbridge -4, Newmarket Orangeville -3 degrees, Orangeville -4. Peterborough -4, Cobourg -3, Belleville -4. So let's go to next tower. Let's do Scarborough probably is -2.5 actually. The warmest is going to be -2 degrees, and the coldest -3 degrees. That's Scarborough, including Markham. So Markham is actually -3. So let's go to next tower, Midlands -3. So let's go to next Wartime -3 degrees. So let's go to next tower, actually this time. So which is 7 a.m. So Wartime -3, Collingwood -6, Brampton -5, Mississauga -3, Toronto -3, Scarborough is gonna be -4 degrees, to -4.5. Dover -6, Orange was -6, Orange was -6.5 degrees, Newmarket -6 degrees, Twist -7, Arsenal -5, Peterborough -5, Coburg -4, Belvoir -6, Hamilton -1, Oakville -1. Oakville's gonna be warmest is -3, so that's very close to -3. It's gonna be -2. Everywhere in Arc Falls is gonna be -2.5. So Port Elgin -3 onwards is gonna be -3 degrees. Palm Beach, Stunning Beach, Sotheby -4 degrees, Midland -4 degrees, Lilla -5, Georgina -5, Beverly Hills -5, Barrie -5. So Scarborough is going to be -4.5. So Hope's Bay -3 degrees. Line says going to be -2 degrees. Mm, so let's do London. There is nothing else. So let's go to line side is again. So it's going to be -2. So the -2 is actually line side over. So let's go to next hour, which is 3 p.m. So Whitetown 1 degrees, Collingwood -2 degrees, Brampton 1 -2, Mississauga -1, Toronto -1, Scarborough -2, Stouffville -3, Newmarket -3, Orangeville -3, Uxbridge -2, Oshawa -2, Peterborough -2, Coburg -1, Belvoir -1, Hamilton -1, Oakville -0 degrees, Oakville warmest temperatures -1, everywhere in Arc Falls is -3.5, Port Elgin it's going to be 2 degrees, Honor was 2 degrees, Line said Obey -1 degree, so Palm Beach is going to be -2 degrees, Thunder Beach -1, Sotheby 0 degrees, Midland -0 degrees, Olala 1 degrees, Georginia -2 degrees, Beverly Hills going to be -2 degrees, so -1 degrees. Betty is going to be -1 degrees, so let's go to next hour, which is 7 a.m. So Whitechapel -2, Collingwood -2, Uxbridge -1, Peterborough -3, Coburg -0 degrees, Belvoir was -4, Stouffville -1, Scarborough -1 degrees, Toronto 2 degrees, Brampton, Mississauga -2 degrees, Hamilton 2 degrees, Cool 2 degrees, everywhere in Arc Falls 3 degrees, so London. Port Elgin is going to be 1 degrees, Hanover is going to be 1 degrees, Salisbury is going to be -3 degrees, Sun Beach -2 degrees, Palm Beach -2 degrees, Midland -2, Alala -2, Betty is gonna be -3 degrees, Georginia is gonna be -3 degrees, Beverly Hills is gonna be -2 degrees. That's very close. To -2 degrees, so line said Obey -2 degrees. So let's go to next hour. Oracle's it's gonna be 2 degrees in Oracle. The warm is cold is actually 2 degrees. So everywhere in Toronto is actually above freezing. So including Niagara, everywhere Niagara Falls is about freezing, Hamilton is about freezing, so including Oakville. So let's go to next hour, which is 3 p.m. So Whiteham 3 degrees, Collingwood 2 degrees, Newmarket 2 degrees, Stouffville 2 degrees, Scarborough 3 degrees, Dr. 4 degrees, Mississauga 4 degrees, Brampton 3 degrees, Richmond Hills 3 degrees, Oshawa is 2 degrees, Uxbridge 1 degrees, Peterborough 1 degrees, Coburg 2 degrees, Belvoir 1 degrees, Hamilton to 7 degrees, Oakville 7 degrees, warmest. Coldest is going to be 5 degrees. That's cold. Cold is 5 degrees. Everywhere in Niagara Falls is going to be 8 degrees Niagara on the lake Niagara Falls. It is 5 degrees. So Port Elgin onwards 2 degrees. Line said Obey 2 degrees. So 3 degrees in Hope's Bay. So 2 degrees in Line said. Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Solid Beach, Midlands 2 degrees. Solala is going to be 1 degrees. Georginia is going to be 1 degrees. Beverly Hills is where it is 2 degrees. So London. So let's go to next hour, which is 7 a.m. So Whiteham -1, Collingwood -1. So Newmarket -2, Orangeville -1, Dover -2. Scarborough -1, Toronto -0, Mississauga -0 degrees, -1 degrees. So the 0 degrees is possible. Mississauga, Brampton -1, Scarborough -1 degrees, Oshawa -1, -2 is in Ipswich, -1 is in Peterborough, Coburg 1 degrees, Melbourne 1 degrees, Hamilton 1 degrees, Oakville 1 degrees, Oakville again 0 degrees, everywhere in Niagara Falls 0.5 degrees, London, whatever, Port Elgin -1, Hanover is -1 degrees, so Lionshead, Obey -1 degrees, Palm Beach, Dunny Beach, Solid Bay -1, Midland -1, Orlando, Berry, Georgina, Beverly Hills is -1 degrees, so this is very close to the end of the video, not yet. So we'll go 0 degrees. So let's go to next tower, which is something's missing. Something. So let's go to 3 p.m., which is 4 p.m. Warrington 0 degrees, Collingwood 0 degrees, Brampton 1 degrees, Mississauga 1 degrees, Toronto 1 degrees, Scarborough 1 degrees, Snowfall 0 degrees, Newmarket Orangeville -1, Uxbridge -1, Oshawa it's going 1 degrees, Peterborough 0 degrees, Coburg 1 degrees, Belleville 1 degrees, 2 degrees in Oakville, warmest, cold 1 degrees. Everywhere in 2 degrees, Niagara Falls 1.5 degrees, Oakville, Hamilton's 2 degrees, so Lionshead Obey is 1 degrees. So Port Elgin Honor 0 degrees. So Palm Beach, Stunning Beach, Kumi 0 degrees. Solid Bay 1 degrees. Midland 1 degrees. Olala 1 degrees. Berry, Beverly Hills, Georgina, Kumi 0 degrees. Georgina, Saxy 1 degrees. Saxy is Kumi 0 degrees. So it's most of the time. So this is the end of the video. So